866-295-5305 or order online hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract 866-295-5305 or HB Extract.
Riders on the storm. Riders on the storm. Into this house.
Here's a Times of London headline from May 24th of last year. Billionaire club in bid to curb overpopulation.
Like a dog with
The Rockefellers, Ted Turner, Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey. Secret meeting, it says at the end of the article, for a world government to forcibly reduce world population. Now, it's a litmus test for political candidates in the Democratic Party, but the Republicans, they could have overturned this. Most of them go along with it as well, to carry out this extermination. And Barack Obama, when he got in power, took the hold off of billions of dollars in Africa, where they come into villages and basically force abortions on people just like China. And if you'll adopt this, the big global system gives you all the power because it's about killing. Just like Pharaoh demanded the firstborn be sacrificed, so many other kings throughout history demand your firstborn, or they demand your children. It's an act of submission. It's a death cult. Again, I've come through this from studying the globalists' own writings, and they know what they're doing. And this is going on against all communities, but the main focus of this Luciferian system is killing black people. Going back to the Reverend. Reverend Childress, please continue, sir, breaking down what you were getting into with the black leaders, the 52% of blacks never being born, and how we stop this.
Well, and that's what listeners need to know. If two African-American women get pregnant, one of them for sure is going to choose abortion. And at this rate, from Alan Guttmacher, who sat on the board of Planned Parenthood and probably has better stats than most of the Guttmacher Institute, he proudly reports that 52% of all African-American pregnancies end in abortion. He also, what they failed to tell you, of course, as you've already alluded to, and thank God for your work, the health ramifications that are just horrific, which are never discussed. African-Americans now, by using abortion nearly as a contraceptive, African-American women now lead the country in preterm death rates of their children due to the fact of the multiple abortions doesn't allow the uteral lining to have the strength enough to carry full term.
And it's also been documented that these IUDs they put in women in the 70s, 80s, and 90s were designed to screw up women's uteruses.
Exactly.
And the same things come up with Depo-Provera, that it a lot of times really hurts women's fertility. Folks, you need to understand, and I mean, I've seen all the big studies. They know it increases cancer risk having abortions.
Yes, 66%. And it's just outrageous that the NAACP has fought every year since 2006 from this coming to the floor just for discussion and workshops being set up just from the health issue point of view, since African-American women, who account only for 12% of the population, are having 37% of the abortions. So if that is the case, and it's already that abortion is the most performed operation on a woman, how can you not allow the information, the health information, especially when it comes to the issue of breast cancer? And it can be clearly seen by all data that breast cancer basically rose and basically skyrocketed right after Roe versus Wade in the African-American community. So we're looking for a grassroots. Just recently, there's been a documentary out, My Alpha, and being seen in the Selma Film Festival this Sunday.
Absolutely. We offer it at Infowars.com, the DVD film, incredibly powerful. Back in 70 seconds, Reverend. And again, I've researched all this. Everything he's saying is documented. You need to be as informed as he is, folks, to stop this genocide.
You are listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
one major world crisis away from having a totalitarian type of system.
The main event is the wholesale destruction of the world economy.
The push for every nation on the globe to identify and number all of its citizens.
Friends, I hope that you will order Shadow Government from Infowars.com. We also have some specials when you get some of our other films half price when you order Shadow Government. A new level in production quality and in information. It exposes how a cashless society, surveillance, beast grid of total control is being put into place. This film needs to be seen. Everybody needs to get it. So order yours today. Show it to your friends, your family, your church, your neighbors, your boss, your employees. Shadow Government, ladies and gentlemen. Get your copy at Infowars.com today. Shadow Government. It gives Big Brother a black eye. Available at Infowars.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Pastor Clennard Howard Childress is our guest. BlackGenocide.org is the website. Pastor, you were getting into abortion statistics. I've seen hundreds of mainstream news articles from major prestigious research institutions that it causes cervical, that it causes massive increases of cancer in the uterus, in the breast, because it interrupts a normal cycle, and it's very, very dangerous for the body. And we're sending a crew to interview you about this for an upcoming film. But this is a fact, and women need to know this. And then there's all the evidence of how they push abortion once people get to the Planned Parenthood facility. But I want you to continue on any other points you think are most important. Then I want to get into African Americans, black people in this country, but all over the world, need to know that their leaders are worse than Judas Iscariot. They are there. They are financed. Because if the system comes to you and says, hi, I'm a Nazi, I want to kill you, black people are going to run. But if they come and say, I'm a loving liberal, I'm going to keep you safe from the Ku Klux Klan. Well, the Ku Klux Klan's pretty bad, but they haven't killed 16 million people. I found it's the Birkenstock-wearing fake liberal. When you really corner them, they hate black people, they hate life, they hate humanity. They and their green police want to get rid of the majority of the world population.
Absolutely. Well, especially when it comes, let me get back to this one health point of view, because people say, well, how does it affect me as a woman when you say breast cancer? How does that come about? Well, if you miscarry, your brain picks that up and sends messages throughout the body to shut down. If it's surgically done, the child, or if you have an abortion, the brain does not pick that up, and it begins to send out impulses to the rest of the body as if you have a child. And the greatest damage done is in the breast, because by the time the brain figures out there's no baby there,
and that's what the science shows. There's a massive hormone flux.
Exactly.
That's why mammals get cancers thousands of times more often than sharks, because sharks don't have hormones.
Right, and that's just. And isn't it amazing that Planned Parenthood, the leading abortion provider, does not share that information with a woman coming in for the first time for an abortion? That is negligence. That's medical negligence. But yet no one holds them accountable, which allows me to segue over to what all data proves right now is, and I know this program just for the few minutes I've been on it has been sounding this alarm, and it's very important that unfortunately, folks, the government is very deep into this eugenics mindset and movement globally, and so they stepped back a few years ago and picked an entity to lead the charge where they could be basically undercover in their intent and agenda to control the numbers of the world, but especially, of course, African Americans, and they picked Planned Parenthood. And they get $350 million, $1 million each day, $3 $350 million of taxpayer money by both administrations, whether it's been Democrat or whether it's been Republican. And so we find that this is an agenda of elitists that are getting this support from government to continue the eugenic practices of sterilization, abortion, and seducing third world countries into taking this in as a part of their day-to-day. So